And while we are waiting, we'll take a look at some track data. This is the 1 mile, almost completely flat Milwaukee mile. It is partly cloudy out there, and that's about all we have to say. 25 degrees Celsius. I forgot to change that to American. My bad. All right, looks like we are going to line up now. And we'll look at the top of the grid. Looks like we got AJ Godsey on the pole with David Garman to the outside, Kellen Mitchner and Aiden Trevette second row, JJ Parr and Richie West third row, Jason Rome and Kevin Reed. Sounds like Jason was being a little humble. He's up in seventh. Jason and Kevin take up row number 4. Ninth and 10th is Kyle Holden and Mike Smith. Jared Heasley and Zach Henson 11th and 12th. Matt Johnston, Harley Barletta, 13th and 14th. Rick Sargent, then Topher Baltimore, 15th and 16th. Nicole Creasel and Larry Ashby round out the field in 17th and 18th spot. As they line up, just waiting on it looks like David Garman to get on the track, and we will get green flag racing here at the Milwaukee Mile. And while we're waiting, definitely go like and share and subscribe to the YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. This race will be on YouTube shortly after it's completed tonight. Looks like everybody is gridded up. Pace car, the new pace car is moving. Those front two cars, they are definitely two that are always dominant. But despite Aiden Trevette saying he doesn't want to self-spin tonight, he was fast in practice, obviously qualified fast. So he might be one to watch if he can keep it straight. And I think that is not going to be an issue that is just him. We expect a little bit of chaos early on once they get green flag. Last night we saw a caution about 2 laps into the truck race. Hopefully they can stay green. If they stay green at lap 70, there will be a competition caution. Let the field tighten back up and put on a better show for us. Pace car is in. AJ Godsey leads them down, green flag in the air. And they dive off into turn number 1. AJ Godsey already out front. Kellen Mitchner into third. Aiden Trevette looking for a way to get down to the inside. The front 3 make a little bit of a breakaway. JJ Parr starts working his way up. Jason Rome has picked up a position, keeping Richie West stuck there to the outside. A couple of cars, that inside line got a much better run. Looked like the outside line might have struggled just a little bit on the start. And they are still too wide mid-pack. Looks like they are sorting it out. Mike Smith looks like he is on the move tonight, but Jared Heasley down to the inside in the 32 car. And the 64 looked like he drifted up just a little bit into turn 3. The 11 of Aiden Trevette falling back just a little bit, manages to get clear of the 64. Right behind him, the battle is still raging here. Jared Heasley's gotten up a couple of positions. Mike Smith looks like he is drifting back early, but don't count him out yet. He was very fast in the truck last night, especially on the long run. And I'd imagine a lot of these guys, despite extra practice sessions, oh, we got one spinning to the inside. Looks like Topher Baltimore spun coming off of turn 4 just a little bit. Managed to pull that around, get it straightened out again, and he is moving forward once again. A lot of these guys, with several extra practice sessions this week, they knew this track was going to be a struggle and a hard-fought battle tonight, and we're definitely going to see a lot of changing positions. Some guys will be really fast early in the race and end up drifting back if they burn up their tires. Some of these guys will be running a medium pace, trying to maintain with a gap to the leaders and save some tires, and some of these guys will just be in tire saving mode for the first little bit of it. Now that they're starting to string out, things are going to, as we see a battle for the lead, things will start to be interesting as they start to pick other cars off one at a time. And I would imagine that the pace that AJ and David are running right now, they might actually end up in lap traffic. It's only a 1 mile track, and as some of these guys slip and slide and have problems, as David Garman goes way high in turn number 4, as some of these guys start slipping around, I'd imagine they'll fall back a little bit. If no cautions come out, we'll see some lap traffic fairly early on. Still AJ Godsey in the lead right now. He came into this race, he is obviously locked into the playoffs. He came into this race actually 16 points behind Kyle Holden. Kyle Holden back there in 9th right now. AJ would reclaim the lead if the race finished now. Very interesting change with Kyle so far back. He started in 9th, currently still in 9th place, but kind of unusual to see Kyle not moving to the front. Looks like he might be struggling a little bit middle of the corner. He's got Kevin Reed in the Finelli Ironworks car right in front of him. Then Jason Rome and Richie West. These guys are pretty much where they started, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Aiden Trevette started in 4th. He is back to 5th. And JJ Parr started in 5th and up to 4th. Not a lot of positions changing right now. The biggest mover, though, one of the few that's picked up a couple of spots, Harley Barletta started 14th up to 12th. Harley's starting to make that comeback now. We kind of expected that after he got the computer issues fixed. Kind of expected to see him start coming forward again. And I am not surprised. Larry Ashby started in 18th. He is up to 15th already. I expect him to pick up several more positions before this is all said and done. Meanwhile, back up front, Topher Baltimore looks like he is having some more problems there. He is now showing a lap down. Just got lapped by the leaders. We saw him have some struggles early on. And that was the problems we were talking about. The first 5 laps or so, these cars are extremely loose. They are still a bit loose on after that, but not nearly as bad. Those that got a little loose throughout, they're... Looks like Rick Sargent might have had an issue. Let's see if we can see what happened. Yep, there's what we're talking about. Very loose. He manages to hold on to it. He keeps it green, but definitely a hard impact to the right front. I'd imagine he'll have to go use his fast repair before too long. He is staying out on track at the moment, though. AJ Godsey still leading David Garman around. Kellen Mitchner back in 3rd. JJ Parr in 4th. Aiden Trevette in 5th. 6th is Richie West. 7th is Jason Rome. Jason, our pre-race interview, said his only goal here tonight was survival, and I think he's surviving pretty well right now, up in 7th. Back behind him, Kyle Holden has moved up to 8th. Jared Heasley has moved up to 9th. Kevin Reed has fallen back to 10th. Caution is out. Looks like Topher Baltimore. Topher got way loose off turn 2, tried to save it, and ended up to the inside wall. I don't believe anybody else is going to be caught. He'll have to go to pit road and get that repaired. Looks like he blew the engine there. And they only have 4 sets of tires. So the set of tires they started on and 3 additional sets of tires as they run. So it'll be interesting to see who, if anybody, goes to pit road this time. I do not expect to see the 2 lead cars go to pit road. Anybody behind them is fair game. 11, 12 laps into the race. And looks like the front half of the field is all staying out. Yes, indeed. Let's see if we can find somebody to say hello to. Let's see if we can talk to Kevin Reed. Hey, Kevin, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Doug, how's it going, man?
Hey, man. Looks like a little bit of difficulty early on, but your lap times are definitely looking really good in the Finelli Ironworks car.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it must be something with the track. It just doesn't feel the same as practice was. So, a couple little times I got her a little squirrely, but I think we'll start to gather back up.
All
See if
right.
we can work our way back towards the front.
Now, do you expect to be? I've asked a few people. Are you expecting to need to shift gears, or is that too much of a headache later in the run?
I don't know. We'll have to see what lap times you're doing, see how the car's feeling, but I'm doubting I'm going to be shifting. But thanks for mentioning it. Maybe we'll see. We'll try that out.
Hint: I used it last night and late in the run, and was able to pick up some speed. So
Well, we'll see. Maybe desperate times call for desperate measures, my friend.
that's exactly right. All right. Best of luck to you, buddy.
All right, Doug. Thank you.
All right, that was Kevin Reed, the driver in the 64 Finelli Ironworks car. And Zach Henson right behind him. He's picked up a spot. Jared Heasley has still picked up 2 spots. Harley Barletta has picked up a couple spots as well. Let's see if we can find Mr. Barletta. There's Harley. Guess we should make sure that the lights are not out on the pace car yet. We might need to wait till the next pits or the next time they stop. Let's see what the pace car does. We talked to Kevin for a bit there and don't want to interrupt Harley right with 1 to go. Topher Baltimore is off pit road now. He's gone in for repairs. Rick Sargent also went in and pitted for repairs, and it looks like Jason Rome, surprisingly, looks like he went into the pits as well. We'll see how that shakes out with Jason once the scoring updates, but yeah, it looks like Jason, Rick, and Topher, all 3 pitted on this caution. All right, AJ Godsey on the inside, David Garman to the outside. I know AJ's not 20. Pace car is in, green flag is in the air. AJ is gone. Down into turn number 1. Already back out in front. Now we know the 06 of David Garman can stay with him. The 47 of Kellen Mitchner is starting to drift back just a little bit. And JJ Parr already looking to the inside on this restart. He's going to bring Aiden Trevette with him. Looks like Kellen is up high to the outside. They're both going to get clear. Will they bring Richie with them? Richie does not get clear, but Aiden and Richie gets to the inside down here. JJ and Aiden both get past Kellen. Here comes Richie to the inside. The 81 of Jason Rome right there with them. Jason falls back. No, he is going to get a run down into the turn. Looks like Jason's got a really good handle on corner entry here. And Kellen Mitchner looks like he might be struggling all of a sudden. He's lost 4 spots since the restart. And falls into the clutches of points leader Kyle Holden. Harley Barletta has moved up into 11th now and looks like he is running down the 64 of Kevin Reed. And the 93 dives it in there under the, that is Matt Johnston. He dives it under Harley Barletta going into turn 1 and takes that position very easily. Looks like Harley might be in tire saving mode at the moment. Meanwhile, Larry Ashby continues to move forward. He is now up to 13th and he is closing in. Zach Henson has fallen back a couple of spots. He's now back into 14th, and that is a bit interesting. Not used to Zach going backwards. He's usually charging towards the front there in the 24 car. Back up front, AJ Godsey is now in second. David Garman has taken the lead. And AJ is losing a little bit of time here. And JJ Parr is really closing back up on him, and he's bringing Aiden the Kid Trevette with him. Aiden there in the 11 car. And Aiden has had a rough season, although he is up there in the points. He's had multiple second place finishes, not been able to get the win yet. He was second at Martinsville and second several other times as he looks to the outside of JJ Parr. JJ drives up, no run there. Aiden third in points, 24 points out of first place. But no win yet this season to lock him in, so we'll have to wait and see. If he was not confident about this track, so we'll have to see how he does here. He could solidify his points a little bit more, and you can go see all those stats at brrpoints.com. As always, huge shout out to Jason Rome. Matt Johnston, haven't talked about Matt much tonight other than seeing him make that power move on the 55. There's Matt in the 93 car. Right in front of Kevin Reed. Kevin looking to the inside. Kevin makes the pass on Matt Johnston, trying to pick a couple spots back up. You heard him say, not sure if it was the track or the weather, what the situation was, but his car wasn't feeling like it was in practices. Here comes Harley Barletta back to the inside of Matt Johnston. Matt way high in turn 1 and 2, and he's going to lose several positions here. Dropping back to about 13th, it looks like Kevin Reed, Harley Barletta, and Jared Heasley all got by Matt. And Zach Henson got by Matt as well. Matt slots back in behind Zach. Jared Heasley has some sort of problem down on the inside. He was way slow off the turn. We'll have to see if he's struggling, if he got the wall. As they come through 3 and 4, it looks like Jared is back up to speed, although he is going to lose a position to the 93 car. JJ Parr currently still in third, trying to run down AJ Godsey. AJ is not getting away from him this time. David Garman, though, at the front has more or less checked out. And you heard Jason mention it in the pre-race. David is one of the best dirt racers around, and with the setup being as loose as it is, it favors a guy like him that if it gets sideways, he can save it very quickly and very easily. So we'll have to see, especially once they get out there on fresh tires. In about 5 laps, they will be at the point where they could split this race up into a 3-stop race: lap 35, lap 70, and then lap 105. And we might see some cars start to come to pit road. Richie West is continuing to try and run Aiden the Kid Trevette down back there in 5th spot. Aiden in 4th. Looks like he has managed to stay right with the kid so far. Kyle Holden in the 18. He started in 9th all the way up to 6th already. He is on the move tonight as well. Right behind him is Jason Rome. Started in 7th, still holding on to that position, and you know he's got to be happy about having the run that he's having right now. He was not extremely confident. He just wanted to run around and learn a little bit from watching some of these guys and see where the chips fall. He's definitely doing a great job of that. There's a 47 of Kellen Mitchner. He started up in 3rd, excuse me. He is now back to 8th. We saw him going backwards on the restart. He has struggled since the restart. Looks like he has found his rhythm again, though. Behind him, we talked to him on the caution. That's a 64 of Kevin Reed. And Harley Barletta on a charge again, now up to 10th place, and looks like the 24 just went to pit road. He did. 24 of Zach Henson is the first one on green flag stop, and he will be at least 1 to 2 seconds a lap faster. So we'll see how that plays out for him. Stopped a couple laps earlier than I anticipated, but definitely going with the strategy play here, anticipating this thing staying green. If it does, he will be the fastest car on track. We'll have to watch him once he comes back off of pit road. Meanwhile, while Zach is on pit road, that moved several cars forward a bit. Looks like Nicole Creasel picks up a spot, Rick Sargent and Mike Smith all picked up a spot when he pitted. So far, the biggest mover of the night has been that 55 car we were just watching, Harley Barletta. So we'll see if he can get back up to the front. They will more than likely at this point have a competition caution. And it looks like we're about to have a battle for second. Indeed, J.J. Parr has closed right up to the bumper of A.J. Godsey. A.J. goes high, doesn't want to battle with him right now. Slots back in, and that puts J.J. Parr up to second. A.J. Godsey back to third. Kellen Mitchner is really struggling tonight. That comes as a big shock. He has drifted all the way back to 9th, and Harley Barletta is closing on him quickly. See if we can see their lap times. Harley Barletta is consistently faster. 4 out of the last 5 laps, Harley has been faster than Kellen Mitchner. He is closing that gap rapidly. And Kellen continues to struggle here. He is back to the back bumper of Kevin Reed, but you can definitely tell every lap he is struggling with the handling on that car. We've seen him get a little bit loose on corner entry and a little tight off. He's having to get out of the throttle more than he would like to, and Harley Barletta is getting closer every lap. Once Harley gets up there, he'll have about 3 cars right there together. He'll be able to pick up Kellen Mitchner, Kevin Reed, and Jason Rome if he can get up there. J.J. Parr, now that he has cleared A.J. Gotze, he is actually closing the gap a little bit back on David Garman. .2 seconds right now from Garman to Parr. And we saw Zach Henson. He was the first one to pit. Rick Sargent now on pit road. Zach Henson was the first one on pit road. His lap times are definitely picking up. He is over 2 seconds a lap faster right now than the leader. Let's see if we can pull up some timing data for him. Topher Baltimore is the next car back, and he is, obviously Zach is substantially faster, 1.5 seconds most laps. Zach currently running a 39-second lap. The leaders are running 41. Almost 42, actually. You can see their lap times as they run. David Garman still up in the lead. And with these pit stops and with this long green flag run, we're starting to see some cars get lapped. Zach Henson and Rick Sargent both have been to pit road. And other cars are coming into range to be lapped here. And I imagine we're going to start seeing some cars pitting. It looks like Harley Barletta is upside down on the back straightaway. Let's see if we can see what happened to him. Let's see if we can find out what happened with Mr. Barletta here. Looks like Harley got way loose off of turn 2 and found an inside tire wall. And because he was off track, it did not bring out the caution. He is going to lose a lot of time and probably a few laps getting his tow. We'll see if once he gets back out, if he can get back to the lead lap, he might still be in this if he can get lucky dogged around after the competition caution. Another one we haven't talked about yet much, Richie West. He started back in 6th. He's all the way up to 3rd right now and moving forward rapidly. Kyle Holden is picking up the pace on this long run. It seems his car has finally come to him, and he is trying to make up some of those positions he lost early as they get nose to tail. And you see a lot of the field, including Harley Barletta in the 55, getting back out on track. David Garman still up there in the lead. Several cars have already pitted. And the leader, David Garman, ducks to pit road on lap 47. J.J. Parr will assume the lead now. Richie West is 2nd, and that'll give Kyle Holden the 3rd place spot. They are sitting right there nose to tail. And here comes Harley Barletta trying to reclaim his position. He is now showing 3 laps down, but he is right behind the leader, so he can easily pick up get one of those laps back, and could possibly get another when the competition caution comes out. So a lot of strategy coming into play now. J.J. Parr currently still at the front, continues to lead. He comes up to lap the 6 car of Nicole Kriesel. He gets by Nicole cleanly. And it looks like several of these guys are running a very long stint. Everybody out there has been out there for 49 laps right now. We'll have to see if these guys can make it to lap 70 at the competition caution. J.J. Parr still out in the lead, but his lead is diminishing quickly. David Garman back off pit road. Nicole Kriesel has pitted. Kellen Mitchner has pitted. AJ Gotze has pitted. I believe that is everybody so far. And that also means that they do not have to stop at the 70 lap mark when the competition caution flies. I imagine some of them will stop for fuel, but they can definitely stretch the tires now. Battle's still going back here. Richie West and Kyle Holden still battling for second spot. AJ Gotze now back out. He is trying to unlap himself and get back out in front of leader JJ Parr. Looks like he's going to do it. Harley Barletta right in front of the leaders. He's managed to get one of his laps back all on his own. Great job by that young man. That is Aiden the Kid Trevette in the 11 car, the youngest member of BRR. And let's take a ride around the track with Aiden. As he comes out of turn number 4, start finish line, goes off into turn 1. Looks like he's just giving it a dab of brake going in, letting the nose get set, getting as low as he can, getting back on the gas. And we are in this long run. He is not shifting. We saw that it worked. Shifting worked really well in the trucks last night for some people. Some people it's a little too much work and you can unsettle the car. Don't know how many have tried it in these. Let's see if our leader is. JJ Parr is not shifting. As he is trying to run down some of these lap cars. JJ Parr way high coming off of turn 4. And Kellen Mitchner there coming around to unlap himself in the 47 car. He is currently in 11th. AJ Gotze is 10th. Looks like the 93 of Matt Johnston comes to pit road. The 18 of Kyle Holden is on pit road. That'll make things a little bit easier for JJ right now. But he does have Richie West right behind him in the Pizza Pepper car. And you can tell a definite difference in the speed right now between the cars that have pitted versus the cars that have not. There's AJ Gotze. He is one that pitted. There's Nicole Kriesel to the inside, but AJ should be coming up on a couple other cars. The 55 Harley Barletta right behind him. Let's see if we can find somebody who has just pitted. There, the 18 of Kyle Holden pitted, and You saw him go by the 11 of Aiden Trevette trying to unlap himself. And you can see the speed difference. He was to the inside of him in 3 and 4. By the end of the straightaway, he has already opened up a gap. That's quite a big difference there in the lap times. AJ Godsey running 30.6. And leader is almost a full second slower right now. But he continues to lead. Those two front cars playing this strategy, they have 10 laps until a competition caution. This might actually work out for them. They might have the lead. That's also going to put several cars one lap down. Including the 18 of Kyle Holden, currently being shown a lap down in 10th. So if they can hold on to it, that's going to leave 9 cars on the lead lap. 1 car will get a wave around. All sorts of different strategies going on here. '18 of Kyle Holden is gaining on these two quite quickly, though. He is on way fresher tires than they are, and it's only a matter of time as he starts to look to the inside of Richie West. He'll be able to hold that, hold his line and carry more speed off of turn 2. Let's see if he can get around Richie here. No, Richie's going for the lead here into turn 3. Almost drifts up into JJ Parr, but he is all the way underneath of him, and Richie West goes to the lead and then goes to pit road. And JJ Parr out there all alone right now. 7 laps until the competition caution. And Aiden Trevette 2.8 seconds back. He will not be able to catch him. And you can see this field is really starting to spread out now with only 10 cars on the lead lap. Kyle Holden managed to get around JJ, and he is now back on the lead lap, and JJ's car is really starting to struggle. Let's ride along with him for a minute and see how he is doing. He is out of the throttle through a lot of this corner. You're seeing him really have to fight that wheel and having to be very gentle getting back on the gas here. And while these corners are banked the same material, same everything, theoretically, they do handle completely different. The bottom line is the best through 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, that midline that you see JJ running, that seems to be the fastest way around. You more of arc it and late apex right as the tarmac on the inside ends. That's where you want to apex it at. JJ running the middle line. He's trying the same trick down here in 1 and 2 this time around. Kevin Reed is another one that's been out there, I do believe, the entire time. Let's take a look and see how many of these lead cars. So all the way through Mike Smith, the top 6 cars have not pitted. Everybody else has been to pit road. And here they come. You got the 11, the 64, and the 15 all on pit road. Jason Rome is going to assume the lead. And you got to wonder about the strategy here, knowing that they're going to have a competition caution at lap 70. You got Jason Rome up in first. Larry Ashby claims second place. Mike Smith claims third. 2 members of Team Boogity right there. Larry Ashby and Mike Smith, second and third. That is great to see. And there is Mr. Mike Smith, Army vet. Thank him for his service. He wants to go fast. There is Larry Ashby, and you'll notice on his hood is Christy May's restaurant in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Go check them out if you're in Albuquerque. AJ Godsey is back on the move. He has just passed Mike Smith for third. Jason Rome still out there. Do believe we'll get a competition caution as he crosses the line this time. And there's Topher Baltimore trying to recover from some earlier incidents. Looks like he is now going to pit road. Jason Rome headed to pit road. And looks like they may have called off the competition caution. We'll have to wait and see. Nicole Kriesel has been to pit road. And Larry Ashby at the front. First time this season. Congratulations, Larry. And looks like a series of green flag pit stops as Larry is coming to pit road now. And things will cycle back around to AJ Godsey in the lead. Kellen Mitchner now up to second. Kyle Holden is third. Mike Smith still out there on old tires, I do believe. Let's check his strategy. I believe he's the last one out. He is currently running in fourth. And we'll look at Mike's lap times versus everybody else's, and you can see just how much faster fifth place JJ Parr is. Some of these laps as much as 3 seconds a lap, and he's definitely able to hold a more consistent lap time. Currently, as they run, is AJ Godsey out front, Kellen Mitchner up to second, Kyle Holden third, Mike Smith fourth, JJ Parr is fifth. Then Aiden Trevette, Matt Johnston, Jared Heasley, Kevin Reed, and David Garman round out your top 10. Those are the only cars currently on the lead lap. Then Larry Ashby, Richie West, Zach Henson, Rick Sargent, Harley Barletta, Jason Rome, Topher Baltimore, and Nicole Kriesel round out the field, and they are all at least one lap down at this point. As AJ continues to run around here at the front, Kyle Holden has made up a ton of ground in this race. He started back in 8th. He struggled on that first tire run. Didn't start coming on till late in the run, but now he has found the way around this track, and he is flying. He does have the 47 of Kellen Mitchner right on the back bumper. Kyle, Kellen, and AJ all have race wins, all locked into the playoffs this season. In fact, as it stands, we have 7 drivers locked into the playoffs so far. Kyle Holden, AJ Godsey, Harley Barletta, Kellen Mitchner, Zach Henson, Jared Heasley, and David Garman got the win at Daytona Road last week. And it looks like AJ might, just based on the scoring, might be starting to open up a lead. And AJ gets way loose coming into turn 3. Hangs onto it and gets back down to the inside. But Kyle Holden is going to be able to close way back up on his back bumper. AJ had over a second lead on Kyle Holden a moment ago, but now Kyle is right back up to the back. And he's got Kellen Mitchner very close behind as well. These two guys are coming on strong. Larry Ashby has been to pit road and back, as has Mike Smith. There is Larry still holding on to the top 10. First car one lap down. If they get a caution, he will be the lucky dog. Just looking over the points real quick. As Kyle Holden takes the lead now. The top two spots are Kyle Holden and AJ Godsey in that order, both on track and in the points. Aiden Trevette in third is back currently running in fifth. JJ Parr, we saw him leading earlier. He is fourth in points and fourth on the track. Stephen Gibson, I have not seen. He is not here tonight. Steven was sixth in points coming into the night. I imagine he's going to lose a couple of spots. Harley Barletta, Kellen Mitchner are tied at seventh. Both have wins. But here's another interesting fact. The third, fourth, and fifth place in points, Aiden Trevette, JJ Parr, and Jeff Hinkle. There is 2 points between them. Aiden has 163, JJ 162, Jeff Hinkle 161. And I have not seen, Jeff Hinkle is also another one that's not here tonight, along with Bill Percy and Brian Oshinska. Both of them all those cars not here tonight. So that's going to shake up some points battles. We might see the top 10 shaking up just a little bit here tonight. Good evening, Aaron. Everybody's doing well. Let's take a look at the points briefly. There are the points after 9 races. This is race number 10. And 9 races left until the playoffs. So you can see a lot of very close points battles. First and second have a little bit of a gap. Second to third is a bit of a gap. But third through fifth, just 2 points separate them. There's a tie for 7th and 8th. A lot of those top spots right there, very, very close in points, and a lot could change here tonight. And honestly, I know a few of the drivers were planning on, or planning for several cautions here tonight. We've only seen one. So that could come into play as well. Their strategies had to change on the fly, and this track is a difficult one. We heard everybody we've talked to so far tonight has said the same thing. They're very, very loose getting in. They're very hard to handle. So these guys are all struggling a little bit, although Kyle Holden and JJ Parr both don't seem to be having any problems. AJ Godsey, though, he is slipping back. He is now back to 5th. You see him riding along there right behind 10th place Larry Ashby. Matt Johnston in the 93 started in 13th. He is up to 6th. One of the biggest movers of the night. Him and Kyle Holden, definitely the biggest movers of the night. Larry Ashby also started in 18th, up to 10th. Richie West started in 6th. He led quite a few laps, but after the pit stop, after green flag caution, looks like Topher Baltimore. Coming off turn 4, just snapped loose and got the barrier on the inside. I do believe Topher had used his fast repair earlier in the race. We'll see if he can recover. While we're under caution, We'll wait and see if Kyle Holden goes to pit road, and then we will try and talk to him. And looks like we got a lot of cars going to pit road. Kyle Holden, JJ Parr, Aiden Trevette, Kellen Mitchner, AJ Godsey, Kevin Reed, Matt Johnston, David Garman. Looks like everybody on the lead lap is going. Larry Ashby is going to get the wave around. And once Kyle gets back out, we will try and have a word with him. Quite a battle coming off pit road. Looks like Kyle might actually lose a couple spots on pit road. Narrowly misses the tires coming off pit road. All right, let's see if we can talk to Mr. Holden here. Hey, Kyle, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Hey, what's going on, Doug?
Hey, man. Came into the night with a decent points lead and looks like you might open it up a little bit more before this thing's all said and done.
Oh, geez, I don't know about that. I'm struggling real hard here. I think I just pitted. My pit strategy helped me there, but I don't think it's going to help now that I've pitted.
Well, I have to ask you, early in the first run, you were having some struggles, went backward a few places, and now you've suddenly started charging back to the front since that green flag stop. Have you found something different on the car or just figured out a better line?
I think I just got a little bit more practice on the line, so I think I've just got a little bit more consistent with it, and I just hope it works out for me.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll be talking to you after the race.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you. And let's see if we can get a word with the driver of the 55 right quick. Harley Barletta as he comes off pit road. Harley, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
How's it going, Doug?
Well, it looks like you're having a rough night tonight, buddy. What happened when you came off turn 2, and did you just lose it? Did you get a love tap?
I was super excited to pass a car, so I kind of pushed it a little bit and just kind of hit the tire barrier and flipped over.
Ah, gotcha. Well, it looks like you can at least regain some positions on track tonight. Any chance you're going to get back to the lead lap and get up there and challenge these boys for a win?
Definitely not challenged for a win, but if we get a bunch of cautions here, I could get back on the lead lap, seeing as I'm good to go on fuel from here. So we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Best of luck to you. Hopefully you get back up there.
10-4, Doug. Thanks, man.
All right, that was the driver of the 55, Harley Barletta, after some early issues. Looks like they are still sorting it out just a little bit. The lights are out on the pace car, so they should be going green flag racing here in just a second. And Aaron is right. This track is brutal, as we saw in the trucks last night. If you don't save a little bit early, late in the run, you are going to be in tough shape. But right now, Aiden, the kid, Trevette at the front, going to lead him down the front straightaway as the pace car ducks off. Green flag is in the air. Aiden gets a huge jump on Kevin Reed and on JJ Parson. Now he's got the lead into turn 1, and Kevin Reed and JJ get straightened out. AJ Godsey back there in 4th. He's straightened out. 5th place side-by-side battle between Kyle Holden and David Garman. And it looks like David Garman is going to settle that one going into turn 3. Right behind him, Kellen Mitchner and Matt Johnston side by side. We've seen Matt pull some real power moves here tonight. We'll see if he can pick up some positions here on this restart. Back up front, Aiden is opening up a lead over the 64 car. Aiden been fast all night long. We'll see what he has for him. David Garman starting to work his way back. He just got past Kyle Holden up to 5th, and he's going to try and run down AJ. Oh, David gets way loose off turn 4, manages to keep it straight, and drops back a spot. Just picked that spot up, was pushing hard, as you heard Harley say. You get too excited, push that gas a little too much, and you're going to lose it. Larry Ashby did get his lap back. He is back on the lead lap in 11th. That is a good run by Larry tonight. Kevin Reed in second place. Him and Aiden Trevette both have been very patiently working their way through the field. Their pit stop strategy worked out really well, and they have managed to secure the top 2 spots. JJ Parr's been fast here all night, but we'll see if Kevin and Aiden can keep him behind. Right now, as Aiden opens up a bit of a lead, these two are going to start battling. He might get a little bit more. We heard Aiden in pre-race saying he was worried just about self-spinning. He's done a great job holding on to the car tonight. And AJ Godsey led early in the race. He's now back there in 4th. Looks like David Garman has finally gotten around Kyle Holden and managed to hold on to it. Kyle Holden back to 6th. Matt Johnston in 7th. Kellen Mitchner 8th. Jared Heasley back in 9th. And Richie West currently in 10th. Larry Ashby 11th. Zach Henson 12th. Mike Smith, we saw him up leading for a lap on that pit strategy earlier in the race. He is now back to 13th, trying to work his way back up. Then you got Jason Rome in 14th and Harley Barletta in 15th, but within striking distance of a couple of cars. Then it is Rick Sargent, Nicole Creasel, and Topher Baltimore rounding out the field. Topher's had a rough night tonight. Been involved in a couple of different incidents. And caution is out. Looks like Zach Henson was involved. Let's take a look. And what we've been talking about looks like it happened there coming off turn 4. He just got loose. Looks like he got on the binders quickly enough. He might not have had too terribly much damage. He gets the car straightened out and going again. And let's see if we can talk to that young man at the front. Aiden, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Doug.
Hey, man. So you were worried about just holding on to the car tonight, and now after that pit strategy, you race you're up front and you're running away from these guys.
I'm not running away.
You had opened up over a second lead, bud.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to stick it out front and not spin myself, so doing pretty good, I reckon.
Well, you got JJ Parr behind you and Kevin Reed. AJ Godsey's back and forth and Garmin back in 5th. You think you can hold these guys off for a little while longer?
I'm trying to win this thing. I got a little idea. I don't know if anybody's listening, but I'm just going to take right sides.
Oh, good strategy.
Now, I don't know if anybody's listening, but yep. I'm going to try to win this thing.
All right, man. Hopefully everything works out and you get up there and get the win tonight and get yourself locked in.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, good luck, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
All right, that was Aiden Trevette, driver of the 11 car, current leader on the track. And here in just a second, I'm going to try and talk to the 9th place car of Larry Ashby. Let's see if we can get a hold of Larry here. Larry Ashby, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Hey, what's up, Doug? How you doing, sir?
Hey, man, you got that Christy Mays car charging to the front tonight. You're having a heck of a run.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I've just been, you know me, the tire saver. So I'm just trying to just trying to save tires and see what happens. Just play it out. The car feels comfortable, so halfway reasonable. So hey, that's what I'm going to try, Doug.
All right, man. Well, it was great seeing you lead some laps earlier, and hopefully you'll be up there at the front when this thing's over.
All right, I appreciate it, Doug.
All right, thanks, Larry.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, that was Larry Ashby, driver number 34. We haven't had a chance to talk to him all season, so awesome to get that opportunity tonight. Very awesome to see him up at the front tonight as well. I don't know that we've got enough time. Looks like they are starting to stack up for the restart, so we won't have enough time. I was going to try. We might try and talk to Zach Henson here in a little bit. Although we generally try and avoid talking to anybody who is just involved in an accident, because that could end up badly. Looks like a couple of cars went to pit road. Let's see. None of the top 8 went to pit road, so from 8th on back, let's see, we saw Larry Ashby stayed out. Let's see if we can, it's not going to show us any further back. As they line up, they have the 1 to green, and this race is definitely turning out to be a bit exciting. You heard Aiden mention it, worried about a possible caution fest, as the old saying goes, cautions breed cautions, but these guys have done a great job of getting themselves single file before the thing's all said and done. So we'll see if they can do it again here tonight. Pace car is in. Aiden gets another good jump on the field, jumps out in front of the 64 Kevin Reed and the 15 of JJ. Kevin sticking the nose down in there. Oh, Kevin stuck it in a little too far. The 15 manages to, no, the 5 gets into him. We've got a big one on a flat track. Caution is out. Looks like Kevin just drifted up a little bit, trying to get everything he could. David Garman's involved. AJ Godsey's involved. Looks like Jason Rome might have been involved as well. Let's take a look. Jason could not get woed up with the cars getting squared away on the track. And now Jared Heasley is up to 4th. Hey Jared, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
What's going on, Doug?
Well, I'm glad to see that car up there in 4th place, man.
Well, we just went to 2nd. Looks like Kyle and Kevin just pitted. So strategy, and we just made it through that wreck. So we're doing something right, I guess.
Yeah, just keep going forward. You've not been extremely too terribly far off the pace. You think you got something for that young man in front of you?
Nah, these guys are too quick here. I don't have it off the corners, but hopefully we'll get a top 5 or something out of it and have a good points day at least.
Watch out for that guy in 3rd right now. He's been saving tires, and he's been extremely fast tonight.
Yeah, Larry's always good at these tracks.
He is the king of tire saving. All right, man. Well, best of luck to you, and hopefully we'll talk to you after the race.
Yep, thanks, Doug.
All right, that was Jared Heasley and the driver in the number 32 car. And let's see if we can talk to the driver of the 24 real quick. Hey, Zach, this is Doug. You got me?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. You had some struggles earlier. You've managed to get back to the lead lap. You've been fast all night. Can you get up front and take the win here tonight?
not so sure about a win. I'm trying to go back in the top 10, maybe top 5, and see where we get.
Well, you were fast in the trucks here last night. Did you learn anything for tonight that's going to help?
Oh yeah, you got to be patient on the throttle for sure. That's the main thing. That's the main thing.
All right, man. Well, best of luck, and hopefully you get up there and get your top 5, buddy.
I appreciate it.
All right, Zach Henson, as I mentioned, he had some problems earlier on. He has managed to get back. He had gone a couple of laps down. He has managed to get back to the lead lap. And I think Harley Barletta has recovered a couple of laps. He is also up into 15th now. So we'll see if he can pick up some spots out here. Looks like JJ Parr, David Garman, AJ Godsey all back up off of pit road after the incident. I do believe Kevin Reed stopped as well. Yeah, we've got several cars. Looks like Richie West stopped. And a few others further back stopped. So we'll see how this plays out. Now, definitely got a mix of strategies here with a couple of quick cautions we've had here. Several different strategies going on. And not a lot of racing left for longer strategies to play out. It is worth mentioning now that Mike Smith is now up to 6. If we get another caution, we may be trying to talk to Mike as well. It is great to see the 2 members of Team Boogity out there. Larry Ashby and Mike Smith up there in the top 5 tonight. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. Aiden Trevette, another good jump, and Jared Heasley gets lined up into second. Richie West there on the outside. He's got Larry Ashby to the inside. Larry's going for it. Can't quite get there. And Larry's got a bumper full of Kyle Holden right now. Mike Smith looks like he is drifting back a couple of spots. Kevin Reed is starting to come back as well. And they are almost 3 wide back behind. Oh, Jared Heasley goes around. Caution is out. And looks like Jared might have just gotten a little bit loose coming off of turn 4. Got on the gas a little too hard. He keeps it off the wall. Holds it down. Nobody gets into him. About the best way you could end an accident there is just not running into anybody. Richie West in the 1 car. We'll have to see if he goes to pit road. We might even try and talk to Mr. West. All right, let's see if we can get a hold of Richie. Hey, Richie, this is Doug. You got me? Richie West, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
10-4, bud. I got you.
Hey, man, you've had a hot rod all night. Anytime you got knocked back a few spots, you've just come charging back to the front.
Yeah, I mean, this car is bad fast, man. And the setup is very loose. But, man, the thing is fast. I ain't going to lie.
Well, you got something for the young man right there in front of you tonight?
We're gonna give Aiden the Kid Trevette all we got, man. We're either gonna win this fucker or we're gonna be in the fence.
All right, man. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, bud.
My apologies. I don't have a beeper. That was Richie West in second. Kyle Holden currently running third. Kevin Reed is fourth. Kellen Mitchner back in fifth. JJ Parr. JJ's been very strong tonight. He has slipped back a couple of spots here after that incident a few minutes ago. He has reclaimed a few spots. Mike Smith, we saw him going backwards on that last restart just a little bit. He is now back in seventh. Garmin in eighth. AJ Godsey back there in ninth. These two guys, as they were all involved in that last caution, they are starting to work their way back to the front. And Matt Johnston back in 10th. Zach Henson, Jared Heasley, Larry Ashby, and Jason Rome all on the lead lap. And I do believe Harley Barletta got another lap back. We'll have to look. He's still showing 2 laps down. He may get waved around here in a minute. We'll have to watch him here for a second. And see if he gets the wave around back to the lead lap. Or he'll be 1 lap down, but the way things are going, if he can get a wave around here and one more caution comes out, he will be back on the lead lap, and you've seen him running with a lot of the leaders tonight. Jared Heasley, after the incident, he slipped back several positions, running for second. He is now back to 12th. Larry Ashby also pitted under caution. That is why he is back to 13th. Everybody stacked up side by side, getting ready to go green flag racing. Right at about 30 laps left to go. Green flag is in the air. Aiden Trevette gets another good start, but Richie West in the 1 car right behind him. Richie's got a bumper full of Kyle Holden, though, and it looks like Kevin Reed had a problem. We are under caution again. See if we can get it to pull the right replay up here. 64 Kevin Reed had to check up to stay out of the back of Kyle Holden and just got a little bit loose, and a lot of fast cars right behind him. Looks like the 24 of Zach Henson got caught, the 47 of Mitchner. Harley Barletta got through. No, did not get through. He was collected, as was the 81 of Jason Rome. And the positions get shook up again. Looks like we've got a couple of winners on that. Jared Heasley picked up a few spots. Larry Ashby picked up a couple of spots. Not sure if Harley will get a wave around on this one or not. We'll have to wait and see. And looks like Larry Ashby has some damage. He'll have to come down pit road. I do not believe he's used a fast repair yet, so he should be good to go once he gets back out. Mike Smith up to 6th. Let's see if we can talk to Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike, is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Doug. How we doing?
You're doing great, man. You and Larry been up in the front the whole second half of the race.
Man, I'll tell you, it's a little bit of combination of pit strategy, running this thing until it was on fumes the first go, and then staying out of these last couple cautions, kind of paying off for me right now.
It definitely is. So can you get up there and run the leaders down, or are you hoping for a top 5 here tonight?
Oh, boy. You know, if I end up with a top 5 at a short track, it'll be an absolute victory for myself. I've got 27 laps on these tires, so we'll see how it goes. I may get another caution. I may jump in and get some fresh tires when nobody else already has them, so see how that goes. So.
All right, man. Well, best of luck. Great run tonight. You and Larry have done a great job. Hopefully those 2 Boogity Motorsports cars are at the front when this thing's over.
That's the plan. Let's hope for it.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, Doug.
All right, that was Mr. Mike Smith in the 9 car. Currently running 6th, started in 10th, and having a great run tonight. And as I mentioned, him and the 34 of Larry Ashby are the 2 Boogity Motorsports cars on track currently. The other one is sitting in the booth calling the race. As they run, it looks like, let's take a quick look at the top 8, none of them pitted on this particular caution. So it's going to be Aiden Trevette, Richie West, Kyle Holden moves up a couple of spots after that. Then you got David Garman up to 4th, JJ Parr 5th, AJ Godsey 6th, Mike Smith back to 7th. I'm not sure what, I think the scoring just went wonky for a second. Mike was in 6th place. Matt Johnston 8th, 9th is Jared Heasley. After his spin, he's picking up a couple spots. And you got Jason Roman 10th, Kellen Mitchner, Kevin Reed, Zach Henson, Larry Ashby 11th through 14th. And Harley Barletta is the first car not on the lead lap in 15th. Rick Sargent, Nicole Kriesel, and Topher Baltimore all still on the track, at least one lap down. Pace car is in. Aiden Trevette on the gas right away again. He gets a good jump on Richie West and Kyle Holden. And now they will battle side by side off into turn 1. This is where we've seen the majority of the problems tonight, is getting through 1 and 2 on these restarts side by side. It looks like so far the field's going to get through. And Kyle Holden manages to clean. Oh, we've got David Garman spinning. Rex in turn 3. Let's see if they stay green. They do not. Caution is out. Let's see what happened to Mr. Garman here. And I could not exactly tell. It almost looked like they... Whoops. Let's try this again. Oh, the one of Richie West and the 06 of David Garman bumped on the back straightaway, and that's what brought us under caution this time. We'll have to see if Richie got any damage on that one. And we'll see. Will Mike duck off onto pit road? He does. Richie's on pit road. I don't believe he got a whole lot of damage, but does look like he crinkled his left side just a little bit. Mike is on pit road for fresh tires. Larry Ashby's going to move up. That should give Harley Barletta a lap back. We will wait and see. David Garman's being scored the first car a lap down right now, but because he was involved in the because he was involved in the accident that brought the caution out, he will not receive the lucky dog. That is Harley Barletta getting his lap back, and he is missing his front clip. After that last incident, he is still maintaining some pretty good speeds right now, so we'll see how he does once we get back out there. Let's see if it'll show us some lap timing. Yeah, it's only showing us looks like he is a few seconds off the pace. We'll have to wait and see once the scoring is updated, but once they go green flag racing, we'll see if he can hang on to it. If he continues where he is, he should get the next lucky dog. That'll put him back on the lead lap, and there's, I'm sure, a couple of cars Harley can run down even without a front clip on the car. So Larry Barletta, he's on it. Aiden Trevette, every restart, has gone as soon as he possibly could once he was in the restart zone and caught everybody napping when he did. Will he lay off just a little bit, wait a little bit into the restart zone and let some of these guys catch some of these guys napping? A little bit different so that they're not something they're not expecting? Or will he go for it full throttle all over again? Looks like we have the 1 to green. Pace lights are out on the new iRacing sedan pace car. Will Aiden the Kid Trevette get his first win of the season here tonight? Pace car is in. He lays back for a minute and then gets a jump. He caught him napping again. Aiden Trevette off the front. Kyle Holden and JJ Parr were caught napping. We'll see if Kyle can get back to the back bumper. They are single file all the way back to about 7th and 8th place where Jared Heasley is. Mike Smith, you heard him. He had a spare set of tires and he held on to him. He is starting to make his way forward, as is Jason Rome. Looks like we might have a battle for second going on as JJ Parr is to the inside of Kyle Holden, coming off 3 and 4, and takes a position. We've got a lot of positions changing hands up here. Caution is out. Mike Smith involved. I could not tell if him and Larry Ashby got together or not. Let's see if looks like Larry just drifted up a hair, caught the left rear, and Zach Henson was caught in that as well. A couple of cars sneaked by, but a rough end. Boogity Motorsports had one heck of a run going tonight. You had both of them in the top 10 early. Both of them. Larry was in 10th. Mike was in, I believe, 8th when that happened. So a rough end to both of those drivers' nights. There's a possibility they could get back out. Let's hope they do. Let's hope they're out there and competitive. And I do believe that will put Harley Barletta back onto the lead lap. Let's see if we can talk to Mr. Kellen Mitchner, if we can find him. There's Kellen. Let's see if we can tune into him. Hey, Kellen, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, man, you had a rough start to the night, but you've been coming on strong this second half. You going to be able to get back up to the front?
We'll see. I'm pretty happy about starting on the inside here. Feel like I got good tires. We're going to give it a shot. We'll see.
You definitely struggled in the first long run. You went back several spots. Did you figure out whatever was causing that? Is that going to help you get back up?
Yeah. No, I had my brake bias set the wrong way. We got it set the other way now. We should be good to go.
All right, man. Well, this track definitely favors a guy like you that runs a lot of road courses, so good luck, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that was Kellen Mitchner. He's currently running in 5th place. AJ Gotze back up in 4th. Kyle Holden 3rd, JJ Parr 2nd, and Aiden the Kid Trevette still up at the front. Now he's really got to rethink his or think about his restart strategy here and see if he can catch these guys napping one more time and hope for a green flag run. With those two cars right behind him, they're going to be battling each other hard. If he can get a little bit of a jump, those two get to battling, he might be able to run away with this one. And Harley Barletta is now up to 14th, and he is back on the lead lap. He'll have to get around Zach Henson, Mike Smith, Kevin Reed, Larry Ashby. Those are the 4 cars in front of him. So we'll see if he can start working his way back up and pull off a top 10 tonight. That'll be a huge achievement if Harley can get back into the top 10 after having to get towed, getting flipped on the backstretch and on his roof without a caution, and still managing to work his way back to the front. Getting himself back to the lead lap. He was 3 laps down at one point, managed to drive to the point he got a lap back under green, and has managed to keep it going. So from 3 laps down back to the lead lap, he's got a heck of a run. We'll see what he can do with no front clip. Pace car will be ducking in this time by. JJ is not taking any chances on this restart, but Aiden still catches him napping. Aiden Trevette off the front. JJ Parr to second. Here comes Kyle Holden in third. AJ Godsey slipped up a little bit there, but he managed to pull back down into fourth, and there is Kellen Mitchner. Aiden Trevette goes around. Caution is out, but what a heartbreak. The kid was charging toward his first lead and just lost it coming off of turn 2. Tough break for Aiden the Kid Trevette. He was definitely looking like he might get that first win of the season here tonight. And now, will anybody go to pit road? Does anybody have anything left to pit with? Take a quick look. Some of these guys have not been out there very long. So we'll have to see. Most of them been out there 20 plus laps, but they've been stretching these tires. Let's talk to JJ. JJ, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man. So you've been working your way forward all night. You actually led a little bit earlier, and now here you are back in the front. Can you hold that 18 car off behind you?
Honestly, I'm not really too worried about anyone here this week. Kind of feels good.
well. So we can expect to be talking to you after the race at this point?
We'll get that nice restart here and get some green flag laps. I believe so.
All right, man. Well, best of luck now that Aiden's falling back. He won't catch you napping on this restart. Looked like you about had him figured out on the last one.
Yep.
All right, man. Best of luck. Hopefully we'll talk to you after the race.
All right, Dougie. Keep doing what you do, buddy. You're good.
All right. Thanks, man. You too. All right. That was JJ Parr. After Aiden's spin, he takes the lead. And it looks like Aiden Trevette is going to drop back to 14th. Harley Barletta picked up a position with Aiden's spin. That'll put him up to 13th, and we'll see how far Aiden can get. We've talked about Larry Ashby. He is repaired and back up there. He has been in tire-saving mode. Mike Smith, after his incident earlier, he's back up to 11th. Kevin Reed was ninth in a couple of wrecks in that 64 Finelli Ironworks car. He's got some damage, but he is back up to 9th place now. Jared Heasley spun off turn 4 earlier, causing a caution. That he's back up to 8th. Matt Johnston, that 93 car, started back in 13th. He is up to 6th. Richie West Matt is 7th. Richie is 6th. Jason Rome has worked his way back up. He had fallen back earlier in the race. He's made his way back up to 5th. Kellen Mitchner, we talked to him a few minutes ago. He is up to 4th. AJ Godsey now will be restarting on the inside behind JJ. Looked like he struggled a little bit into turn 1 on the last restart. We'll see if he's got it figured out this time. Kyle Holden will restart on the outside in 2nd place, and of course JJ Parr will lead him down to green. Alrighty, we have the 1 to green. We are coming down. New pace car leading him around. Not as many problems with this new pace car as we saw with the Ford Mustang, probably because it was a Ford. That's probably why David Garman's not up there tonight. He's driving a Ford as well. Pace car is in. JJ gets one heck of a restart. AJ Gotzi right to the back bumper. Did not lose him at all. Kyle Holden drifts back to third. But he is holding strong on the outside of Kellen Mitchner coming off turn 2. It looks like he might take the position. Richie West looking to the outside of Mitchner now. And Jason Rome sitting back there in 6th place is just waiting for one of them to make a mistake. There he goes. Looks like Richie struggled getting off of turn 4, and he closed right back to the back bumper. And we've got a battle going on for second. Kyle Holden to the outside of AJ Gotzi here. Kyle gets a run up off of turn 2. JJ is trying to get checked out. Kyle Holden now up into second, but he's got AJ right to the back bumper. 7 laps to go. Caution is out. Richie West is involved. Looks like Richie dove down a little bit low, and the 81 was right there. He just got a little bit of a tap, and that brings us under a caution again. Now, we were at 7 to go. We should not get into green-white checkered. Let's see, 6. Should restart with about 2 to 3 laps to go here. And just a quick look through the field. Harley Barletta picked up. He is up to 13th now. Larry Ashby dropped back a couple spots. He's in 12th. Aiden Trevette has worked his way back up to 11th. Mike Smith is currently 10th. Kevin Reed up to 9th. Zach Henson is starting to recover some spots as well. He's up to 8th. Jared Heasley currently in 7th. In, quite honestly, the prettiest car out there. 6th is Matt Johnston. 5th is Jason Rome. Jason also being our lone Canadian. Kellen Mitchner is in 4th. AJ Gotzi back to 3rd. Kyle Holden will restart on the outside of leader JJ Parr. They will get 1 to go next time by, which means they will have 2 laps to settle this. JJ just needs a really good restart, not let Kyle get any ground on him this time. And I do believe David Garman is out of the race. He is, however, locked into the playoffs tonight, as of last week at the Daytona Road Course, where he completely dominated the field. I do believe there's only 4 or 5 cars left on the lead lap at the end of that race out of 24. As the pace car crosses the line, lights should go out. They do. 3 laps to go. They will restart with 2 to go. Hopefully we get this done under green. If not, they do have a green-white checker available if needed. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. We will have the Outcast Dirt Boys at 7:30 Eastern. Their triple header, 358s at 7:30, 305s at 8:45, and their crazy enduro race at 10 Eastern. XCal Tuesday nights, they are off this week, so we'll see them next week. And of course, the Northeast Racers season finale Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Outcast SR8s, who finished their season last week, but will have a fun race of some kind this week. Oh my God, JJ went for it before the pace car was even off. As soon as he was legit, he went. And he gets a good run down into 1 and 2. And the 5 car of AJ Godsey slips up. He is now up to second, putting Kyle Holden back to third. Now the question is, AJ and JJ are very close friends. How hard will AJ run this? AJ is already in the playoffs. Will we see him make a move for the lead here? JJ Parr picks up the white flag. Kyle Holden dives it way into turn 1. AJ Godsey to the outside, starting to look to the outside of JJ Parr there. Can't quite get it yet. And that side-by-side battle gives JJ a little bit of a run. Kyle Holden gets through to second. He is charging to the front. Who's it going to be at the line? JJ Parr is going to win here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. Second place will be Kyle Holden. AJ Godsey comes home third. Kellen Mitchner fourth. Jason Rome fifth. Matt Johnston sixth. Jared Heasley seventh. Aiden Trevette managed to recover his way back up to 8th. Richie West 9th. Mike Smith is 10th. Kevin Reed is 11th. Harley Barletta manages to get back up to 12th after a rough race. Larry Ashby is 13th, and Zach Henson comes home 14th. Rick Sargent, Nicole Kriesel, and Topher Baltimore round out the field. David Garman had retired earlier in the race. And now JJ Parr will begin his celebration. We'll get with him here in just a minute. There's Richie West helping him celebrate. Harley missed. Aiden Trevette gives him a little bump, and he begins his donuts. See if we can talk to Mr. Parr. JJ, congratulations. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, man. I was a little extra safe on that last lap. I probably should have gave her a little more than that, but we got the job done, buddy.
Yes, you did. Congratulations. That also not only locks you into the playoffs, but you took third place from Aiden Trevette in the points as well.
That sounds good. He's a hell of a driver.
Well, man, congratulations. That was one heck of a run tonight. Go celebrate and have a great time. Congratulations. That was awesome.
Thank you, Doug. We're going to try to blow her up for you.
All right, you do that, man. You're putting on a good one. It looks like it's about ready to go, bud.
Yeah, she went. There she goes.
All right, man. Congratulations. Great finish. Great race.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right, that was winner JJ Parr. Gets locked into the points. Kyle Holden and AJ Godsey come home second and third, and they come home in order of how they run on the points, so no change in the points there. But with Aiden Trevette falling back and JJ Parr winning, the points battle does close up just a little bit in the top 3. That also locks JJ Parr into the playoffs. That means we've got 8 drivers now locked in. Kyle Holden, AJ Godsey, now JJ Parr, Harley Barletta, Kellen Mitchner, Zach Henson, Jared Heasley, and of course David Garman's dominating performance at Daytona Road last week. Next week we move on. We will have some great racing again, and look forward to that. As I mentioned, don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. We will have the Outcast Dirt Boys starting at 7:30 Eastern. Tuesday night, we would normally have XCal at 7:30 Eastern. However, it's their off week, so they will be back the following week. And Wednesday, the Northeast Racer season finale at 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Outcast SR8 boys doing a fun race, something new, different, and I'm sure will be overly exciting. As always, tomorrow you will have a podcast available midday, and you can tune in for streams throughout the week. I posted the new streams schedule planned for season 2, and we will have some more broadcasts throughout the week. I'm sure we'll have more stuff coming in the near future. Yep, for me and all the other admins at BRR and everybody here at HTSAI, congratulations to JJ Park. Great driving by everybody. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.